Belerin issues. My first question about this affair is, why did you choose to attack personally a mayoral candidate? You told about him, you called him illiterate, a scam, an ugly face that would scare. There's the seal of the unwanted. So you are, of course, the PM, and taking into consideration your institutional role and position, was your intervention something like tantamount to a call to the institutions, police or judiciary, to single out or to target this candidate?
Okay, thank you for the question. First of all, as I said, sometimes in politics, you may say things you are not proud of then. And in this campaign, yes, I said some things that, I don't really feel well. But I don't feel well because then this was related to what happened, which has no relation. The reason why I was harsh on him was because he made some very, very unacceptable statements. Like he would bring forward the stopped process of Hellenization of Himara. This is not something you say in Europe, in this Europe. This comes from very long, dark past. And then, of course, other stuff that was not really good. Speaking like he was there to liberate Himara. I don't know from whom. We can talk about that. But I'm asking you a rhetorical question. If I was aware that there was an investigation started by denunciation of someone and then launched by the prosecutor, would I expose myself in this frank language? If I would know that he would be arrested, would I be, exposed in this frank language? I don't think so, because I may not be the most intelligent person on earth, but I'm not also the most stupid person on earth, and this would be very stupid. So I learned about his arrest when the police was in action. And I just called the director of police and said, "What is this?" He said, we have arrest warrants from the prosecutor, and it's based on hard evidence of vote buying. I said, listen, you better be sure what you are doing, because this can be very nasty. And this has to be based on hard evidence, but I wish you luck, because it was not something I was involved. The action was already happening. So then you ask the next question.
Yes. There is a possibility, and I would like to discuss it with you, that with both countries we lost somewhat in translation regarding the Hellenization. Friends of Belerin and other people in Greece, they insist that he never talked about Hellenization. He talked about, in Greek, Hellenismos is the Hellenes, the Greeks. He told to the people there that his victory would be good for Hellenismos, for the people living in Himara. Hellenismos is the people who are living in Canada, in Australia, and everywhere. Ex-Hellenismos means Hellenization. This ex-Hellenismos, ex-Hellenismos. So I saw a documentary on Top Channel of Albania with English subtitles, where the journalist said that Belerin gave an interview to a Greek website, Protothema, where he called for ex-Hellenismo, for Hellenization, but he never called for that. In the interview, he was calling for Hellenismos to be better with him as mayor. And perhaps there is this difference in translation.
Listen, listen, at the end, it's not just this. And overall, whatever the guy represents, which is the totally different view of the world with me and with us, because we were opposing each other in the campaign, has nothing to do with what happened. This I can guarantee you, and I have my word, and I can give you a lot of reasons why you have to believe my word. So beyond the politics of it, and beyond not just this, it's not a word, it's a whole activity, it's a whole many things. But it does, until there, we are in politics. So this is politics. But what happened next is not politics. It's rule of law, and it has to do with our institutions, and we can discuss about that, yes, because I know you think the contrary, and we have to face facts.
I observe you, and I'm listening to you very carefully. But I think that I would like to give you the picture of the affair as it is seen from Athens. Let me explain. Let me explain to you why Athens is disappointed by you. So we all accept that you are a leader of reforms. Your judicial reforms are impressive, especially the vetting process. Only a few countries have dared to do something like that. But still, the problem in the court seems persistent. According to my sources in Athens, the handling of Belerin's affair by Albania's institutions threatened Albania's reputation in the EU because, for three reasons. First, we know that Belerin was not arrested at the scene of the alleged crime. The second is that he is denied the special leave to take the oath of office. And the third is that he is still detained, although he cannot commit the same alleged crime again. I mean, there are no elections to be influenced. The witness examination has been completed, so he cannot interfere with it. And he's an elected mayor, so why escape abroad? Therefore, Athens says that we have a wrong arrest, a wrong detention, and a wrong denial of someone's rights. That's why Athens has taken this position against the issue.
I understand, but I don't agree. I don't agree in any of it. And first of all, I don't agree that a foreign country, a foreign government makes thorough comments about the justice system action of another country, even being very friendly countries. And this, I think, is not European, in my view. And then, first, he was based on what we know, because we don't know everything. We'll know everything when the special prosecutor will present the full evidence in front of the courtroom. And we are not yet there. But based on what we know, he was caught in flagrante. So he was caught in action of vote buying with, of course, his network of vote buying. Secondly, the leave, because this is now the focus. So the leave to the right to leave and to take the oath. First of all, in this second point, in nowhere exists in the Albanian jurisdiction the power of the government or of the prime minister to issue a permission for a pre-trialed detainee to leave jail. This does not exist. And on the other hand, his lawyers, whomever, had to go through the court to ask this thing, which I might tell you, it doesn't exist in the Albanian legislation. There is not such a thing like someone getting a permission to have an oath while he's pre-trialed for a crime in flagrante. And the court has already refused it. Third, you said, your third point, if I am not wrong, was detaining an elected mayor, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He's detained while he cannot commit the same crime again.
Yes, but the point is that based on what we can understand from what has happened in terms of the process, he is detained because in 3 levels of the judiciary of the Republic of Albania, first appeal and then the High Court, he couldn't get released. So my question is very simple. Where am I and where is the government of Albania in this? Now, I give you a little background. This system, meaning special prosecutor office on against organized crime, corruption and organized crime, special court against corruption and organized crime, has been created as the implementation of a justice reform that from A to Z was conceived, was written, was approved, and has started to be implemented under the strict monitoring of the European Union and with the full support of the United States and the European Union, Greece included. And these bodies have pre-trialed jail, if I'm not wrong, kind of 4 or 5 of mayors from the Socialist Party of Albania. 3 days before the campaign started, a mayor of the Socialist Party of Albania, who was the candidate, was arrested and pre-trialed. And I'm not sure that yet since then he has been indicted in front of the court.
They were incumbent mayors. They were already mayors.
Incumbent, yeah, but incumbent. But I'm saying I'm saying all this.
They were tried for crimes they did during their tenure as mayors.
No. But I'm saying you all this because I want you to realize that these structures are completely independent from every influence and from every possible interference of myself and the government. And this is a commitment we have made. And I trust if you find a single comment, if you find a single comment of mine, I'm the Prime Minister of Albania. I'm not the Prime Minister of Greece. I'm the Prime Minister of Albania, and I have never commented on actions of these new institutions. And this does not mean that I'm happy with all the actions or that I have not some ideas of mine about one action or the other. So I've said to my party, I've said to the people, this will be painful. This will not be perfect. We are building from scratch a judiciary in Albania that never existed before, never before in the Albanian history, not just in this part of history, but since we have an Albanian state, there is no case where one person related to the power being monarchy, being communist dictatorship, being democratically elected government, has gone to jail. No one. There is not one case. Today, we have, I don't know, I've lost the count, and we'll keep going so. Now, is it perfect? Nothing is perfect, and this is not perfect. Do I have some concerns, or do I have my own opinion, which may differ in one way or the other, in one case or the other? Maybe. But this is what we have to do. We have to endure the pain, we have to endure the imperfection, and we have to keep going, because this is a moment in history that we are trying something we never tried. And when was tried, not like this, but in a much minor way, it was just watered down, because, you know, it's not easy to have an independent judiciary in a country where we are all cousins. If we dig, we are all cousins. So you know something about it, because although Greece is bigger, still, you know, we are the same people. We have same tribal connections. Family is important. Cousins are important. Neighbors are important. People that know people are important. But, you know, we have to build it. And I brought this to you as a background of our conversation, because, and, you know, until now, there are other people in this country that have done terrible things. They are not from a party. They are not from who is today in government, and they are still untouched. We have to wait. We have to be patient. We have to see. So it's a build-up. Do you think that there is a different place, and it should be a different justice, and should be a different treatment for someone who is Greek national? Yes.
Yes, at all.
But who is an Albanian citizen, and who has to obey to the law, and who has to go through the same thing. So, you know, this is my answer. There is no, and you know, I know that you know, facts sometimes are not enough. Okay, because when someone is fixed on an idea, he keeps going. But there is one thing I have to underline, and I think our civilization, the world we believe in, has solved it since Rome. It's the burden of the accuser to give the proofs, and not of the accused. Now, I'm being accused, and it's not my burden to bring the proofs. I try to bring arguments, but I have not seen any proof that would somehow support the arguments that this is Edi Rama that is doing this, and he's standing stubborn, and he's standing, you know, unwavering because he's this and he's that. You know, there have been comments in Greece that I regret. You know, that even, you know, he's the tail of Erdogan, and he is doing Erdogan. Listen, this is too much, and it doesn't honor Greece. It doesn't honor Greek journalism. It doesn't honor Greek politics. And
I would ask you about President Erdogan.
This is my, yeah, you ask me, but you know, it's a free talk, and then of course you'll make your, you know, you'll do your job to edit, and then you'll publish. But now I'm talking to you, okay? So
yes, absolutely, we talk together right now. I have another two questions about, especially Belerin, and one of them is